Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Clueless Drinker. Got another beer review from Rhaner today, and this is one that I am really excited to try, and it is the Winterbier, which is clocking in at 5.2%. Really nice and simple label. I like the little illustration at the top of the snow-kissed trees. Then you've got, of course, the stars, the golden yellow colour. It's really nice and simple. Got a nice label on the neck, nice streamlined label on the back, and there, of course, is the Rhaner crown. So once again, big thank you to Stephanie and Alois for sending me these beers. Been really enjoying the ones that I've tried so far. Now I get to try a winter beer from them. So let's get this beer opened and get on with the review. So beer in a glass, it's a really nice deep golden colour, poured with just about half a small finger's worth of fluffy white head, and there's a really nice amount of carbonation there, quite active. And I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but it's got quite a nice little fizz to it. With a lot of these winter beers that I'm finding, some of them do look a lot paler than others. This isn't too pale, but at the same time it doesn't really have that festive feel like some of the other ones do. So I'm guessing already that this is going to be something along the lines of a Hellas, maybe changed up a little bit. But yeah, it looks really nice. It looks nice, crisp and refreshing. So let's give it a sniff. Yeah, you are getting those typical Hellas lager. I'm getting like a nice subtle citrus smell. But of course you are getting those malts and that dampness that you get with a lot of lagers. Ever so slight hint of honey there as well. Slight smell of peanuts, got like a little bit of nuttiness to it. And very slight pepperiness, slightly spiced. So on the sniff, it doesn't smell too festive either. But I've been doing a lot of these winter beers, and I have found that a lot of them don't actually have those festive vibes to them. And the ones that do are probably because I'm telling myself that they have festive vibes. But yeah, this smells great. That head is staying really nicely. And yeah, let me just quickly top the beer up and give it a taste. So, cheers. There's really nothing too unique about this one, and I don't think they were trying to do something too unique at all when they brewed this beer. But it's got a really nice subtleness to it, and although it is crisp, it's a lot more maltier than it actually looks. It's not on the level of a Märzen, but it's not just a bog standard Hellas. Really hard to pick out more specific flavours with this one. Let's give it another taste. It's got a really nice level of bitterness there, all the way through the beer, and it rests really nicely. Does finish a little bit dry, so of course you want to get back in there and have another swig. It's a very, very quaffable beer. Not too flavoursome. It's not overpowering the palate. But if you like your lagers and you like your Hellas beers, then this is a really solid effort indeed. I have not tried Rhaner's regular Hellas beers, so I can't use that as a reference to see what I could pick up, what they've changed with the recipe. And in terms of it being a winter beer, I don't know, I'm not really picking up those wintry, Christmassy vibes, to be honest. But what I am getting here is a really nice example of a Hellas beer. As it's going in, it goes in quite smooth. but then that carbonation fizzles it out. Sometimes beers can be a little bit too carbonated where you can like feel it tingling on your tongue, like even after you've swallowed. But this is just, it's like subtle, subtle, subtle throughout in every aspect. The colour is rather subtle. It's not too bright, not too dark. It smells really quite pleasant, a subtle smell. It tastes really quite subtle. The carbonation is subtle. It's not got too much of a heavy body, but it's not too light. And yeah, it's just a really nicely crafted Helles beer. Yeah, there's really not too much I can say about this one. I don't think it's been my favourite Rhaner beer so far, but it's not a bad beer. So please don't misconstrue me as saying that this is a bad beer, because it's not. It's a really good beer. It's a really solid beer, really nicely balanced, really well put together. I'm just not really picking up anything wintry with this one. I'm not too sure how different this is from a potential regular Helles that Rhaner brew. But yeah, it's a really nice, pleasant beer. Can't really think of too many negatives for it, but at the same time, it could do with a little bit more vibrancy. It could do with a little bit more flavour, a little bit more character. But yeah, as Helles beers goes, or Helles beers go, this is a really solid example. So yeah, if you ever do find it, definitely give it a try. If you want just a beer just to sit down and relax to, it's going to complement pretty much any meal that you're going to have. You could happily pick up a 6-pack and session on this, have a night with it. Don't expect anything too exciting or out of the ordinary, because it's just a really solidly crafted Helles at the end of the day. So in terms of a rating out of 10, I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy drinking the rest of this one, and I could happily pick this up again in the future if I wanted just a nice session beer. So guys, that was my review of Rhaner's Winterbier. So yeah, like I was saying, if you do come across it, definitely give it a go, because there is much worse out there. In terms of being a seasonal beer, I'm not really picking up any seasonal elements there. If it's spiced, I'm not really picking that up on the taste. But, you know, you've heard me say this countless times before in these winter beer reviews. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I'm really enjoying this one. So if you want to find out more about the beer and the Rhaner brewery, then I will be putting links down below. Of course, check out my other Rhaner beer reviews up to this point. Big thank you to Stephanie and Alois for sending me these beers. Really enjoying reviewing them so far. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next beer review.